Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void from Home Story Cup. It's going to be a match between ShoWTimE and Bly here on Triton, the latter edition. Top left-hand corner, it is the blue Protoss player, ShoWTimE. And in the bottom right, it is the red Zerg player, Bly on Fire, also known as Bly. Like this guy a lot. Bly is a ton of fun. He will proxy hatch you, man. He will proxy hatch you without even thinking twice about it. Not what he has in plan here today, though. Just because all those drones are at home, and he just barely sent this guy out of about 16 supply. So, definitely going to be a 16 hatch. Hold on! Ah! Bly. That timing of that drone, too, could have definitely... Okay, a little early, I suppose. Is he just going to... Okay, never mind. He's just taking his third first. Which is interesting. Is this just mind games out of Bly? I bet it is. I love a good mind game. I love a good mind game out of Bly. One of my favorite players to watch the mind games about. So, the probe's going to come in here and be like, hey, what up? Where is your hatchery? Did you go pool first on me? And obviously just do the follow-up scout and say, alright, well, it just looks like regular timing, except there's not a hatch down there. So what is happening? Is there a proxy hatch somewhere I need to worry about? The answer is no. You don't have to worry about this. It is no closer to your home than this location would have been. So Bly just messing with you. Let's see if ShoWTimE finds this. You better check the third location. Just be like, look, he probably just didn't want to deal with fighting a probe, and that's exactly what happened. Okay, so that's what we're looking at here. And then Bly goes for his third hatch, which is at his natural. But about 145. Holy smokes, it did the thing. He pulled workers off gas. He has two here instead of one like Solar likes to do. But this just allows him to get that hatch out sooner than you otherwise would. So 3 hatching it pretty hard here. ShoWTimE on the other side, really just going for the 1-gate expand. Cybercore just now finishing. Second gas there. We've got a pylon up right here as well. And everything is all good. And Adept's going to start moving out. But we're going to start seeing queen production here very soon. He's going to queen at the third base. And he's going to make a couple Zerglings and then get speed as soon as he can afford to do so, putting workers back onto the gas just a second ago or so here. Overlord scouts in, sees what we're dealing with, sees there is an expansion. It's not a one-base attack out of ShoWTimE at all, which I feel like is pretty rare these days. Just doesn't make any sense to not go for a macro-style opening, which is an unintended consequence of starting you off with 12 workers, I think. I think we've talked about this before. Somebody had a really intelligent discussion on this. Or intelligent post about it somewhere. Look, Ling does go down, but the other Ling's showing up. I'm not sure why. Like, I guess maybe trying to harass a little bit, keep the second Adept at home for about 2 seconds, but I don't see the real purpose. Anyway, Queen is here, and Adept really doesn't want to stick around, especially with Ling, so she'll go ahead and shade on over to the natural. But anyway, bottom line is, if you start with 12 workers, it's really easy getting an expansion out fast without really sacrificing too much. When we started with the 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 workers, it was more of a sacrifice. It took more time for you to get your hatch first up, or your nexus first up, or your gateway expand, and your opponent could have started making enemy units and attacking units a while ago. Look at these Lings sacrificing themselves to try to kill this Adept. Did not get her. Very low on HP, though. Exactly 2 HP on that Adept. And I don't know where she thinks she's going exactly. Yeah, she's dead. Wait, hang on. She not dead? Man, look at her getting stuff done. Oh, I think she just got killed by drones is what happened. So, alright. Bit of a scrappy first 3 minutes here in this ZVP, but that's totally fine. Couldn't live with a scrappy ZVP. I'm into that sort of thing. Oracle cruising on out, and I have an Oracle name. I think I do anyway. How many Oracles do we have, though, is the question of the day. The answer is at least 2. So, alright, we'll name this Oracle and friend. We'll name him Gyrocopter. Meanwhile, Bly's trying to get some stuff done up here with Speedlings, but not going to work because the second Oracle is here. On one of the parallel worlds of Dota 2, an old man called RL, who was inside the world's first manned non-magical flying device, took off for his usual duty, killing what needs to be killed. On his flight, he found a creature similar to Venomancer and challenged him to a one-on-one. In his surprise, the creature does not shoot toxin, but instead armor-penetrating sharp spines, resulting for his flying device to crash. He managed to win the duel, but lost. He wandered across the land until he found a Protoss base where he knew that the one that he thought was a Hydralisk. Protoss showed him the Oracle device that enabled him to continue his duty. More Zerglings, man. This is Bly style, though. Bly's like, I'm not going to let you sit back and macro up. I'm going to send Zerglings at your face and force you to defend against this forever. Zerglings fighting. One Adept does go down. Another one going to die here too. And another one taking some serious hits, but the Oracle shows up and shuts it down. So far, so good. I mean, that's a lot of Lings out there, but they've gotten some damage done. They're being annoying at the very least and messing with ShoWTimE, throwing him off his game. But, man, 3 Oracles now? Holy smokes. All right, so Oracle's going to cruise on in here. There is no Spore at the natural or the main. Bly. Quick recommendation, dude. All right, so that Queen's dead. These drones are in trouble. They are fleeing for their lives right now. Oh, gosh. 8 drones down. This is what I'm worrying about right now. There's no Spore in the main either. Look at this. ShoWTimE's like, I can't believe it. You don't have any static defense at all? Yeah, 15 drones down is a huge number of drones. Bly has to replace those, which he's doing right now. He's going for a Hydralisk Den, which seems like a pretty good choice here against what we're seeing, which is mostly going to be Sentry, Stalker, well, Oracle, and Immortal. Yeah, Hydra's a good choice. The question is, you're going to get Hydras out in time to deal with this? And the answer is, I don't know. We'll have to find out, won't we? Hydralisk Dens don't take that long to complete. It's actually, in fact, done right now. It's going for that group. Spines upgrade, which indicates he's going to be wanting to defend here. Be aggressive. Can't remember, actually. What does it generally mean? Speed is... I don't know. I guess it could be used in both situations, but there is one upgrade that generally indicates what a player is going for if they get it first with Hydras. There is not... Is there still not a Spore down here? There is still not a Spore in the main base. These Oracles are going to come in and wreck house. Dude, Bly, you're killing me as a Zerg player. Oh, there is one. Wow, it was perfectly being hidden by that Overlord. I didn't see it at all. ShoWTimE probably did see it, though, but he hasn't lost any of his Oracles yet, which is great. How would you head home after that? You just got 4 drones. Swarm Host in production. Okay. All right. Is Bly going to show us little Swarm Host Nidus play on the current patch? He certainly is trying to. Certainly going for it. So there's your Nidus network. And again, they nerfed the load and unload speed on Niduses. So it takes longer to unload and longer to load. Also, there's like a 14-second cooldown between the time one Nidus swarm erupts and time you can start another one. So you can't just be... tossing up Niduses left and right here. If one Nidus dies, it's 14 seconds before you can toss up another one, etc., etc. So here we go. We've got Lings out for vision, but look at this. Look at ShoWTimE. He's got units everywhere. He wants to make sure if a Nidus swarm comes up, he knows it. Although this one is pretty hidden, at least temporarily. But look at this. Oracle make a beeline right for it. Right for it. And this isn't even getting up. Not with these 2 Immortals wandering up here. I mean, the Immortals weren't even necessary. That sucker died anyway. Another Nidus on the way. 4th base here for Bly, while the 3rd base of ShoWTimE is totally happily running right now. Droning up a bunch here is Bly, trying to stay alive. That Nidus goes down too. ShoWTimE! ShoWTimE really showing you how it's done. It requires a lot of map awareness, which he's doing now. Look at these Zealots with legs. They're so fast with the legs upgrade. Whoosh, whoosh. Using them in this purpose is genius. What a great job by ShoWTimE, recognizing that, hey, Zealots are fast. They can cover a lot of ground with that new upgrade. And sure, they don't do 8 damage on charge anymore, but hey, we'll use their speed just like stimmed Marines to run them around here. And that's going to be worth it. Army supply 92 to 56 right now. And remember, a lot of that army for Bly is in Swarm Hosts, which are not very good most of the time. Another Nidus tries to come up. Does not. Oracles, man, great times thus far. 12 kills, 6 kills, and 7 kills on these Oracles. Bly, I feel like you're in trouble, dude. Feel like ShoWTimE just shut down everything you were trying to go for. You have a handful of Hydralisks, you have a whole bunch of Swarm Hosts, but all you gotta do is run away when these things launch. Ready for this? Launch, and then you run. And then the Locusts don't do anything, and there's another 30 seconds where they are dead weight for Bly. They can't defend. They can't attack. Is he? No, don't go back there. There's Locusts waiting for you, man. Whew. And there they go. Now you can push in if you want, but he's happy just to take a 4th base, which is totally fine. Nidus coming up on the left side is... Man, ShoWTimE just on top of this. So on top of this today. How many Nidus Swarms have died? Does it show us the ones that have died in construction? I think so. 4. 4 Nidus Swarms have gone down so far. Zealous making sure Bly's 5th base does not actually come up, and that's just a straight up cancel there. So basically it is impossible to get up a Nidus Worm. He's trying to do it further away now. Creep spread's alright. Not super good at the moment. But man, look at ShoWTimE just walk on in here. Mass Hydra is actually pretty good at this. Nidus Swarm does manage to erupt for about 4 seconds, and then it gets burned down by the Oracles. Alright, so Zealots managed to shut down the 4th base all by themselves. No support from Archons or Immortals or anything. So Bly's suddenly a 3-base Zerg versus a 4-basing Protoss, and he is in a horrible position. Another Nidus attempt. Does it really matter, though, or are you just going to try to go for a base race or something? Because this is a really big army. Nidus down. ShoWTimE killing it. These drones are dying at the 3rd base, which technically the 3rd base. I don't know. I guess Baneling's trying to create. Nope. Baneling's worth thinking about taking down those Zealots, but not going to happen. Oh, there's Storm now. Oh, there's Storm now. 11 minutes. We got Archons. We have Storm. We have Immortals. Big, beefy units. And trying to land in here, but nope. Archons make short work of those as well. 74 to 43 workers at this moment is just not enough. Bly is toast, ladies and gentlemen. Can he scrape up some kind of defense? Replant his 4th base. Can these Banelings make perfect connections? Or are the Storms just too good here? Hydra's eating Storms to the south. Banelings on the right side. And that's your good game. ShoWTimE's your winner in your first game of a sneaky twofer between these two players. Game 1 here on Triton. Obviously, Game 2 is going to be on Thunderbird, but hit that like button if you're enjoying this so far. What an incredible display of just map awareness and map scouting from ShoWTimE in this game. How many Nidus Worms died today? It was 6. 6 Nidus Worms died. Not one of them ever ejected a single Zerg unit at all onto the map. That's crazy talk. 46 drones down. 1 probe died. Yeah, ShoWTimE just doing what you got to do. It's not easy. What he did today was not easy, but he made it work anyway. We saw him struggle mightily with this against Dark at BlizzCon earlier this year, and it's just it's a rough go of it, but ShoWTimE managed to make it work here today. So let's go. I mean, that was just a shellacking. So let's move on to game number 2 here, see if Bly can regain some of what he lost here, and we'll be right back. Game 2 is on Thunderbird as previously promised. Bottom right, ShoWTimE. Top left, once again, is Bly. Okay, he was in the bottom right last time, but this time he's in the top left. Okay, so, holy smokes. Proxy hatch coming up. No reason to drone scout this early, Zerg fans, because basically you're just going to find a pylon, right? Maybe you'll find a forge going down, but you can wait about 20 or 30 more seconds before you send out your drone. Ah, yes. Proxy hatch here. All right, man. Let's see what you got here, ShoWTimE. Let's see what your scouting skills are. No pool yet, because he's waiting to throw down the hatch at 300 minerals. Ka-chunk. Now he's going to save up for a pool. I'm going to see if he gets gas before the pool here. I'm trying to learn here from Bly. Well, it looks like he hasn't thrown an extractor yet. He's been able to afford it for a few seconds now, so... Ah, there we go. Ka-chunk. Man, and there's the pool. Alrighty then. So extractor pool here. 1 base play here. And the timing's really weird, ShoWTimE. Don't worry about it, man. Everything is super cool. Everything is awesome. Oh my gosh. He's checking to see for a proxy hatch because he knows there's one somewhere. Is it here? No? Alright, that's where the warning bells go off. If it's not at the natural 3rd base location, it's going to be somewhere else. Somewhere that I need to scout here. This is just basically turning Bly into a Terran player. Where are the barracks? We need to find them now so we can shut this down. This probe doing all of the work that a probe needs to do to make this thing happen. And this trajectory looks pretty promising as to finding that hatch. And yes, does find it here in a very weird spot, but sees it right before it pops up. There's your Roach Warren. Now comes the walling. Now comes the walling. Now comes the cannons. Now come the shield batteries. Now come maybe even skipping your natural base at the stage. Is ShoWTimE going to do it? If I was him, yeah, he cancels going for that natural. He says, okay, this is an incredibly aggressive one base all-in out of Bly with a proxy. It's going to hit fast. It's going to hit hard. It's going to hit hast if you're trying to stay hard and fast at the same time. And Stalker does get out here in the nick of time. Shield battery up. You have to worry about anything over here unless you drone through, which might actually be worth it in this stage for Bly. Don't know. And yeah, additional pylon. Just so one corrosive bile ball that can't take down this pylon, they depower the whole darn thing. That would be brutal for sure. First 3 roaches on the way here. Back home, double gas in it. 15 workers up. Speed coming in for Zerglings. Roaches in production. Zerglings are going to be the mineral dump because you can't spend all your resources just on roaches. You don't have enough gas for it. Creep spreading out here. I'm loving this too. Is ShoWTimE going to be able to hold? Is he going to 2-0 Bly here, or is Bly going to get a game off of him? Gosh, I love Bly. Can I just say how much I love Bly? It's just the proxy hatches, man. They're just inspiring. I need to learn this. Can I get all the way to like Grandmasters just by proxy hatching, do you think? I mean, if it works for Bly, if he's trying this against ShoWTimE, this should work against like Diamond Master level Protoss, right? 3 Ravagers on the way. Got additional Lings coming across the map because, you know, they're fast. You make the Lings back here, but you make the Roaches up here, so the rush distance is not as far for the Roach because they're definitely slower here. If all we have are Stalkers versus this, I don't know how I feel about it. 3 shield batteries is awful nice, though. 3 shield batteries are incredibly strong in this kind of a situation. Creep spreading, trying to keep it in a place where it's not necessarily going to get spotted, like right here, for example. That's why it's over on the right and the left side. Meanwhile, 2 Adepts wandered across the map. I did not see them because a lot of this map is blue, and by golly, they are blue. So 6 drones get killed. That's humongous. That is so humongous. 6 drones killed. This is such a tight build from Bly. He can't afford to lose 6 drones right now. He needs all the resources he can get to make Ravagers. Corrosive Bile's landing. Zerglings not doing so hot here. Army supply is 26 to 18 in favor of the Zerg. But, oh, Overlord down, and it supply blocks Bly. Oh, Bly. What a rough place this is to be right now. Shield batteries, so good. 1, 2, 3, 4 shield batteries. We got sentries. I have another shield battery coming up. Another sentry coming for force fields. This is just not happening. The longer this goes, the more ShoWTimE is able to just throw up units, throw up shield batteries, get additional gas on in here. Are there more Adepts? More Adepts! Come into the main. Is there a War Prism or something? How are they doing this? Oh, there's a pylon right there. Okay, that'll do. That'll do, pig. So 4 more drones go down. He's at 18 workers right now. 18 workers right now for Bly. His army is out of position. He's trying to find this forward pylon, but that means the Stalkers can kill. Oh, that's a bad rallied Overlord. Bly is just not on his game today. Just not looking good for him at all. That forward pylon does die, but still looking at 19 to 26 workers. Sure, it's 1 base to 1 base, but 1 base to 1 base is where Protoss is happy to live. Terran too, actually. Zerg needs to be 1 base up in order for this to work. Oh, did he mine through? Looks like he mined through. He's going to try to sneak through here. I just kind of got trapped. Kill the sentries at least. The shield batteries are too strong. You can't take down the sentries if there are shield batteries there. Just throws away a ton of army supply. Bly is in a huge amount of trouble. Oh, there's another pylon down here with additional guys warping in. When did this get tossed down? It must have been fairly recent because that probe was hanging out. So we shade in. Oh, I do want to mention on the current patch too, when Adepts shade in, like right now, their attack speed is increased right after the shade in for like 6 or 7 seconds. It makes them really good in these harass style scenarios and why you want to shade into a place rather than just walking into it normally. Okay, well, Bly is done. I mean, at this stage, he has to bring his army home. He doesn't have a natural base. He's down at 24 to 19 workers. ShoWTimE is just now taking his natural. He feels safe enough to do so, and he's smart enough to recognize that situation. 12 drones killed, and I think all these Adepts are going to die, but they have done their work for the motherland. For ShoWTimE here, for Germany. And they're all dead, but by golly, that's so many Stalkers. The forward hatch is going to go down. There's nothing in the bank for Bly right now. Natural base, about 50% is complete. Good, because ShoWTimE is getting mined out like crazy inside of his main. Forward pylon does get found, but it's probably too little and too late. Just this army, I don't think can stand up against these Stalkers alone, let alone the sentries. let alone the shield batteries. So forward hatch gone. No need for detection here to take down these creep tumors. There's just, I mean, a robotics facility coming in now, but we didn't need it now until this point. So don't even worry about it. Long distance mining even is ShoWTimE because he's so oversaturated in his main base right now. So he's going to be fine. 2 basing Protoss here versus a 1 basing Zerg. No even a real attempt for him. That's it. Not even an attempt for him. And using this little back door. Oh, sneaky corrosive bile placement, though. Actually, taking down a couple stalkers there. He knew the retreat path was here, so he hit the corrosive biles in a very narrow area. And it worked out well. That's why you don't want to retreat through very narrow areas. In general, really, but especially against these Ravagers here. So Adept's coming in again because, hey, ShoWTimE's like, if it works the first, second, and third times, let's go for a 4th time and see what we can get. There's still nothing defending back home. These Roaches and Ravagers are like, I see this. So frustrated here. And 2 more drones go down. And that might be it, but I mean, that's all you really need at this stage. Bly is trying to get a natural base, which I approve of. If he could afford a 3rd, he might be able to slip kind of into a more standard game from this point, but it just doesn't seem entirely possible. Zerg is not like Terran in that they can do proxy shenanigans and win anyway. I've cast a few games, actually, where players like Maru are able to proxy barracks that don't kill the Zerg player and then just float back home and win anyway. It's insane. Zerg, I don't think I've ever seen a Zerg fail in something like this and then come back to win. So, Bly seems to be in a ton of trouble right now. We're at 86 to 52 total supply. ShoWTimE happily on 2 bases. Going to throw down a 3rd base as soon as he can because why not? When you're ahead, get more ahead. That's what Day 9 taught me many, many years ago. If you're ahead, get more ahead. And natural base done. So, I mean, Bly's in a more comfortable spot than he's been for some time, but his army supply is down by 32 to 47, which is horrible at this stage. Resources lost 3,000 to 1,700. Bly has lost almost double the resources that ShoWTimE has lost here today. 9 Adepts and 2 Stalkers have gone down in exchange for 24 drones, 27 Lings, a Ravager, and a Queen. So, I mean, he's doing a good job keeping his Roaches and Ravagers alive. Hallucinated Phoenix, making sure nothing crazy is happening. Back home, War Prism pushing out. It's time to go. Yeah, ShoWTimE's like, you can't stop me from doing this. You can't break through this wall either, I don't think. Or maybe he's going for it. Bly decided, oh, charge is done. Oh, gosh. Corrosive Bile, not even being really all that dodged by ShoWTimE. That second volley was, though. That's pretty good. Catching a Roach inside the force field, chasing Bly back, and that's your good game. ShoWTimE takes the 2-0 sneaky 2 for victory today against his enemy, Bly. Nice job. Honestly, nice game there between both of these players. Really enjoyed it. Bly with the proxy hat shenanigans. Got some stuff done, but ShoWTimE scouted it in time to prepare adequately. Didn't take his natural base. That was a huge key. And then was able to get a million shield batteries up and be pretty much impregnable at that point. He didn't take a natural until too late. The Adept harassment was insanely good. Insanely good. You killed 24 drones in the first 10 minutes of a game. I don't care what's happening. That's really great. And again, Bly's army was back home, so he wasn't there to defend against Adept harass. And a fact that ShoWTimE understood and took care of quite nicely. Just exploited quite nicely. So nicely done by the German Protoss. And that's going to be it for me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, you take care of yourself.